Good morning, friends. Welcome to Dr. PM Times. This is Dr. Murugesan. In this episode, in this series of episodes on obesity, this is second episode where I am going to talk on fat distribution, what are the types of fats and how they are useful to the system, if at all, if there are any uses to the fat. So, fat amount differs in men and women. The average percentage of fat in men is 15% of body weight. Say, for example, a young adult male 20 years old weighing 70 kilograms will have approximately 11 kg of fat. Whereas in women, the percentage of fat is more, comparatively more than men. In women, the percentage of body fat is almost 27%. So it is 15% in men and 27% in female. This is an average fat distribution. It varies according to the individual and the age group, of course. So among these 15% in men, 3% of which is formed by essential fat, and the rest 12% is formed by storage fat. In women, among the 27%, 12% is contributed by essential fat and 15% by storage fat. So from this we see storage fat is almost equivalent in both men and women, whereas it is the essential fat which is 12% compared to 3%, that is almost 4 times more in women compared to men. So there is more amount of essential fat in women. Now, what is this essential fat? The name itself is self-explanatory. Essential fat is very, very essential to the system or the body, a human body. The essential fat is mostly present in the heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidney, the intestines, the nervous system, the brain, and it is also present in skin and subcutaneous tissue. So these essential fat has some essential functions also. So what are the essential functions of fat? Fat is a storehouse of energy from which fatty acids are released, which is an important source of energy in between food. When we are not taking food, in the interval period, the most important source of energy to the muscle is fatty acid mobilized from adipose tissue. Next, fat is also part of almost all the cell membrane in the body is made up of fat, especially phospholipids and cholesterol, which is a form of fat. Then fat is an integral part of the various steroid hormones, which are called metabolic regulators. Then fat in the subcutaneous tissue acts as an insulator against the external environmental temperature. Then fat in the nervous system acts as an insulator covering the neurons, which mainly functions in conducting the impulses from one part to another. Also, fat that is present in the respiratory airways, which is called surfactant, is very, very essential to maintain the patency of the airway. More than anything else, it is the fat that gives shape to the individual. The shape and contour of the person is determined by the fat that is present. Also, fat in diet makes it more edible or tasty. So thus we understand that essential fat is very, very essential. And in women, apart from essential fat in the systems, there is also another type of fat called sex-specific fat, which is specific only to women, which is not much in men. And this sex-specific fat is especially present in the pelvic region, in the buttocks and thigh, which act as a storehouse of energy. There is an abundance of energy stored, which is utilized when the female goes in for the reproductive age group. When she bears a child, the fat that is present in the breast mass, which accounts for 4% of body weight, with the help of which all mammals are able to take care of the young ones. Also, the fat that is stored in the buttocks and thigh is a reserve of energy, abundance, a reserve of energy, which is utilized whenever the mother goes in for breastfeeding, or when the woman becomes pregnant. The additional resources that are required during lactation and pregnancy are met with abundant source of fat that is stored in the pelvic, thigh and buttocks region. Also, this gives the essential shape and contour to the female body. So thus we see there are two types of fat: essential fat and storage fat. Storage fat is same almost in both men and women, whose main function is just storage of energy in the form of fatty acid. Essential fat is present in almost all the tissues and does some important functions, as I have mentioned earlier, such as it acts as a part of hormones, a part of a cell membrane, it acts as an insulator, etc., etc. And there is also another type of fat called sex-specific fat, which is present only in women, which is responsible for the essential function of reproduction, which is ultimately required for survival of this mankind. Thank you.